So I made a special tier just for Joker because Joker is portrayed so complexly. He has such an obsession with Batman that is often shown to be kind of parallel to romance, but I don't think he's capable of experiencing romance. But it's just, he's so obsessed and strange that it almost feels similar. Like, he's often mimicking romance, like when he made Batgirl marry him in New 52, or everything with, like, Harley and stuff. But I don't think he is capable of it. Now, Batman has a long history with the LGBT community. If you don't know anything about comic books, there used to be this thing called the Comics Code of Conduct, which was basically like, you can't put anything that would be bad for children in comic books. So you can't have any non-Christian values, no pagans, no gay people. And one of the things that set that off was a piece of writing called Seduction of the Innocent, which specifically pointed out Batman and Robin's relationship. At the time, Batman and Robin were not father and son. Okay, I thought that Robin used to be an adult. I messed up on this. I'm so sorry. I messed up on this. And they were like, this is kind of gay. So being gay enough to get the entire comics industry in trouble is so iconic. But in general, I think I'm just gonna put him in straight. Tim Drake, though, he is bi in the comics. Now, you might be a little confused. You're like, but what about, does that inherently mean it's in-game? I'm using the comics as a resource because there's just more info to be found. It just makes our pool, it's more fun. It's just fun like that. I'm not including any animated stuff, though. Batgirl, as iconic as she is, it seems that she is generally straight. Nightwing, someone in my Discord said he might be bi, but I couldn't find anything on that. He does have a long history with, like, queer coding, like, you know, Seduction of the Innocent and all that, but I believe he's straight. Now, Jason Todd, his creator was, like, a big HIV activist, and he's frequently dodged the question on whether or not Jason Todd is bi. And on Twitter, he did reply to someone like, hey, is he bi? And he replied with a gif of Jason Todd nodding, but then he deleted it. So I'm gonna put him in sus. Alfred seems to be straight. He's had a wife, I believe. Now, Selena is a weird one because in New 52, she's bi, and in a lot of media, she's shown as bi. I don't know if in the Prime comic she is, but like, you know, when I first got in comics, New 52 was the Prime comics. I think I'm going to say yes because it's in so many things. Okay, you already know the Harley and Ivy. I'm ignoring Kill the Justice League in this context, but they're here. Jim Gordon, wife, straight. Yes, you can have a wife and be bi, but, like, there doesn't seem to be much evidence outside of it. Now, Shiva, I haven't really found much evidence of her having romance. Like, you might be saying, like, but Cassie Kane exists. Cassie wasn't particularly conceived consensually, so I'm not counting it. Talia has had romance with several men. She seems generally straight. Vicky, you know, like, her big thing is a romance with Batman. I haven't seen much with any, like, romance with women or non-men. Raish, also, like, yes, I will mention in the animated series, he took over Talia's body and dated Batman, kinda, but, you know, not including the animated stuff. Now, Deathstroke, I'm gonna just keep him in straight. When I look up stuff about his sexuality, it's all just, people are just talking about Tara, and that's uncomfortable and weird. So, Black Mask, I haven't really seen any romances for, so I'm putting him in unconfirmed. Same with Mad Hatter, not really any romances. Now, my Discord told me that Riddler is Ace Arrow in the games, and in the comics he is bi. So, I'm putting him in certified because there was a whole comic where he's like, it's kind of like heavily implied, but it seems to be a confirmation because he's giving Batman a bunch of riddles and they're all about like people he's had crushes on and stuff, and one of them is a guy. Mr. Freeze, a lot of his character centers around his wife, so I'm gonna put him in straight. Now, Deadshot has something with Catman that is a little sus, and Catman is confirmed bi, but I'm gonna put him in straight because it's just not enough. Now, apparently, Two-Face once outed a woman as a lesbian to ruin her life, so I'm putting him in straight. Grundy has only really shown interest in women from what I've seen, and he had a wife, so I'm putting him in straight. Scarecrow has a wife, no interest in men from what I've seen. Now, Penguin is bi in the Gotham show, but we're not including it, but it is worth mentioning. But it seems he's very much a womanizer elsewhere, so we're putting him in straight. Husk, I haven't found any romances for. Now, Bane is bi in the Harley Quinn show, but I'm not counting that, so I'm putting him in, not certified, sorry, in straight. Or maybe unconfirmed. He might be unconfirmed. No, he did fall in love with Ivy, so I'm gonna put him in straight. Firefly, I couldn't find any romances for. Same with Azrael. Man-Bat has a wife, so he goes in the has a wife category. I couldn't find any love interests for this version of Calendar Man. I found like other Calendar Men who've had wives, but not this one. Amanda Waller had a husband. I don't think she's so mean. I don't know of her having any chemistry with any women. Some Amanda Waller Toxic Yuri might go kind of hard though, now that I think about it. Killer Croc. There is a comic where he's intersex, so I'm putting him in sus / in another comic. Clayface has a very long history with explicit to very strongly implied queer coding. It's mostly in BTS, but that is where a lot of the character was revolutionized. So like, it feels like, I know I'm not including the animated stuff. There might be some comics where, I bet there's some comics where I'm gonna put him in here just because, like, he's such a gay character, you know? Now, here are a bunch of, like, lackey characters that don't really have any confirmation as far as I know. So Copperhead, Anarchy, Ricky. I know, Ricky is so sauce, but it doesn't seem like he's had any romance that I know of. Apparently, I need to look this up. Okay. I did some further research that my Discord helped me do. Saz, I think I'm saying that right, he is like bi. He like sees it as romantic when he's murdering his victims and like replacing skin. But these other guys like Bird and Deacon, and I can't remember this guy's name, and Electrocutioner, I haven't found anything on them. Now, Creeper is dating Livewire in the comics, and he's shown frequently to be a big woman lover. So I don't think I've seen any other queer coding with the guy. Pig, also, I couldn't find any romances on. Now, Superman. I know a lot of people are gonna be like, no! But it seems generally he's straight because the pink kryptonite turns him gay, and I feel like he has to be straight to be turned gay by pink kryptonite. I know he has such a lovely little chemistry with Jimmy and Batman, but I don't think I can count it. Wonder Woman, though, is canonically bi. Yeah, she says in a little, like, panel where she's talking to a bunch of people at a panel. She's like, I don't have a girlfriend either. And it's cute. Barry also seems straight, I think. John, same. I couldn't find any romances with men. I'm sure people will be like, no! But I couldn't find anything. Brainiac, whenever I look up romances for Brainiac, I always get Brainiac 5, which is a different character, iconic, love him, but I couldn't find any romances for Brainiac. Now, I know this was a shorter little video. This was a request from my audience, and I haven't played the games. I watched my dad playing them when I was growing up, and I played a little bit of the first one, but I just kind of grew up reading comics, so I know I missed characters, and I'm sure I missed plot points, because I skipped all of these characters, because I was like, I don't know who they are, or they're fucking child Ivy. So, yeah, if you have any critiques, let me know. Or if you have any other requests. It doesn't have to be about LGBT, like which characters are LGBT. I can do other tier lists. I can do other videos. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Please do all the cool algorithm things, and have a lovely, lovely day.